What up? What's good, people?
Again, the judge said, no, I think we'll make it permanent. Why the judge?
What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's how I do this song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Hit me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey y'all, hey. Back at it, back in the saddle, back here again. Is Really B still live over there? Oh, you just left Really B? Let me see what she talking about over there. She ain't gonna mind if I listen to what she got going on. What's she talking about?
Yeah, I think $15 million. I don't think.
Oh, she's still over there talking. Anyway, shout out to my sis, Really B. She over there doing her thing. Thank you for coming over. Let me say hi to y'all. Hey Amber, we done miss you around these parts. Hey Sweet Pea, what's good, boo? Jason, Yana, my hall monitors are in place. Powerful, how are you? Morgan, I'm always glad to see you, boo. Lemon Kush Pepper, I got all my people up in the place. Really B is breaking news. What news she breaking? Come on, Really B, breaking news. Child, I got some stories I need to break as well. Y'all know how we do over here, Jason. We break stories over here. This is absolutely the place where we break stories over here. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Monk Chip, Tracy. Hey, A-Car. Hey, how are you, Janae? Happy mass indictment. Listen, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Y'all know that's our Jewish over here, honey. Oh, girl. Listen, it's so good to see y'all. I'm in a good mood. Why everybody dead today? I want to go home. Been here since 4 a.m. Oh, child. I'm trying to come see you in one of my school breaks. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Right. All right, y'all. I'm back. That was really me. She was calling me, trying to figure everything out. I'm just not eating breakfast. Oh, child. Anyway, hey Tracy, hey Yana, Janae, everybody coming in. What's going on? What's going on? Take a second to hit. Yeah, take a second, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe, join all of that good stuff. I'll call whoever that is back. Anyway, we got some things to talk about today. We're gonna talk about some things today. Hey Cams, what's going on? Hey Miss Blackberry. Hey Sharice, what's good, boo? So listen, y'all, the dossier. Okay, oh you here? Okay, good, really B. Well, thank you, really B, for sending your people over here. I had to show my sis how to do it. Give me shelter. Hey, give me shelter. Hey Sebastian B. Yeah, me and really B finally figured out how to beam everybody up. Hey, Lena Green. So Jeff, what's good? My hall monitors are in place. Hey, Alf Mac. Hey, what's going on? I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. Lisa Green, everybody coming in. Y'all come in, have a good time. Hit the like button. All of that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Listen, y'all, we have a couple things to talk about. Now, we're going to talk about the Michael Oher situation. But in a little bit, we got the dog walk. We have to dog walk Soulja Boy for a little bit while simultaneously agreeing with him. And I hate that I have to agree with Soulja Boy, the walking extra from Michael Jackson's Thriller, and dog walk him at the same time. Ciao. Hey, Abby, what's good, boo? Okay, everybody made it over. Well, it's good to see everybody. Well, everybody coming over. Glad to have you here. Have a seat. Y'all are on time. The late bell has not rang yet. Hall monitor's late bell is at 5:35 today. 5:35 is the late bell. My essay today is 2,700 words. My essay today is 2,700 words. Hall monitors, please govern yourselves accordingly. But I thank all y'all for coming over. Have a good time. Sit down and spell. We got some things to talk about. We have a dossier packed with stuff to talk about. Listen, we're gonna have a good time like we always do. We're gonna get debaucherous. We're gonna talk about all of the things, do all of the things. Hey Montrez, boo. I was on my TV and the transfer worked. Okay, good. Hey Mia MJ, you made it on Miss Bay thing. All my regulars are here. Good to see y'all. Good to see. Shout out to the members. Hey, another round. Oh, we merging lives. Okay, I like it. Listen, another round. Mia really be figured out how to do this thing. And so I had been sending people over there to her. She sent y'all over here. I sure appreciate that. I sure appreciate that for y'all coming over. Y'all come on down, sit on down, let's spell. We have a good time over here. Listen, if you have access to some type of candy or sugar, my snack of the day is Albanese gummy worms. Please go ahead and get it because we're about to have our sugar spike moment in just a bit. Because yeah, Shondo's in the chat to everybody. Shondo, everybody. Thank y'all for coming on around. Listen, we about to have a whole sugar spike moment in a bit. Because I do got some stuff that I need to break. And these stories are kind of sugar spiky. They may make you spike out. So brace yourself. Anyway, I need to go pour up a splash of something. Ciao. Yeah, the snack today is Albanese gummy worms. Hey, St. James. Albanese gummy worms. Listen, so Soulja Boy is in the dossier today. Yeah, we're gonna have to dog walk him and agree with him at the same time. Billy Porter gonna get dog walk. Y'all know how I feel about Billy Porter. Yeah, we gonna get to Billy Porter in a little bit. We're gonna have to give him 2 to the head, 3 to the body in a little bit. Catherine McPhee. Oh, everybody's in the news today. Let's get to it. So the first story. Hey, Angela Hogue, how are you? I'm loving this merge from really big. Well, thank y'all for coming over. Stay a spell. Have a good time. So first in the news, I'm not gonna listen for my people. This your type of space. Listen, sit on down and spell, Sebastian. We're gonna have a good time. So my first story is one of our headliners today. I'm not gonna do like I did the other day, where the last few days I've been doing my headlines last and I've been rushing. So I'm gonna do my sugar spike moment in the middle and do some of my headlines in the beginning. So listen, there's we're gonna start off in sports. First sports story is former now former NFL running back Alex Collins was killed in a car accident on Sunday. He was just 28 years old. Listen, he was in my hometown, or technically adjacent to my hometown. He was in Fort Lauderdale. Anyway, he was in Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Miami. On his motorcycle, and this lady hit him. The lady hit him so hard, his body ended up in the car. Sorry about that, y'all. My phone was doing weird stuff. The lady hit him so hard, his body ended up in the car. He died. She calls 911 and tells 911 she can't find the body, having no clue that the body was in her car. Let me say this again. This man, Alex Collins, played for the Seattle Seahawks, and was drafted by the Ravens. Listen, thoughts and prayers to his family, friends, and loved ones. He was 28 years old. From what I understand, the Ravens released a statement on it. That's how we found out that he was dead. They released a statement today, but the lady hit him. He was on his motorcycle. There's pictures of the horrific scene from the motorcycle crash on TMZ. The lady hit him. She calls 911. Of course, you know, when you hit something, you kind of black out a little bit, you know, and it's a bad car crash. You know, airbags, everything deployed, everything. Bad car crash. The lady calls 911 and says, "I'm trying to look to see where he is." That's what she says to 911. Minutes later, bystanders can be heard in the background of the call telling her that he is in her car, screaming at her to open the vehicle's door ASAP. He was pronounced dead at the scene. They're saying that he probably, died, if not instantaneously, not long after. He was pronounced dead at the scene. But yeah, she said I can't look. I don't. I'm trying to look to see where he is because she did call 911. People in the background said, "Hey, this man is in your car. Open the door quick." Listen, I don't. Now the pictures that we see don't show him being lodged in the car. It just shows the aftermath where you can see the SUV over here and his motorcycle sprawled out in glass and stuff and it's roped off. So you really can't see it. But I'm trying to figure out how fast, and they're still investigating, of course, and all of that. But listen, lady, were you drunk as hell? She was driving an SUV, Cams. She was driving an SUV. How fast were you going that this man is on a goddamn motorcycle? You hit him, he ends up in your car, and you don't even know he's in your car when you call the goddamn police. Make this make sense. Y'all help me out. I be trying to figure this stuff out. Y'all, I don't know. I can't call it. I can't figure it out. But listen, that's what they say happened. Hey, Mia MJ, thank you for your membership. Listen, for those people new around here, we do have a membership. If you should join the membership, listen, we have a members only chat that if my members can come out of the bushes and tell you what the members only chat is the place to be. It is really B is in our members only chat. Abby is in our members only chat. It is one of the best and hippest places to be. Stories get broke over there. Debauchery happens over there. The people be getting it down in the members only chat. I don't know. Thank you, Mia MJ. Hit me up on Instagram, Mia MJ, so that I can add you to the members only chat when we get up off here. Thank you so much. So I agree with you, Tanya. She probably was on the phone and didn't pay attention. But lady, hey heifer, hey boo, sweetheart, love bug, dear one, doll baby. The man is in your car. The people are screaming at you, hey bitch, open the damn door. The man is in your car. And you don't even know he in your car. Child, they say be ready. Already in the members only, child. Jason is in the members. Listen, they be cutting the fool. Hey, Miss Trisha P. Boo, what's going on? Good to see you today. I'm just saying. In other news, Kia Bell, the question is, how big is your car? You don't notice the body. Right. Now, in her defense, some of these new SUVs have like side door airbags, and when they deploy, depending on how big they are, after they deploy, they kind of deflate, and so maybe she couldn't see all parts of her car. I don't know, but what I do know is, ma'am, it's a whole man lodged in your car, and I'm not trying to make light of it and be comical or comedic about it because a man lost his whole life, but ma'am, it's a whole man stuck in your car, and the people are yelling at you. You on the phone with the 911 operator said you trying to find the man now, and the people yelling at you in the background said, hey bitch, it's somebody in your goddamn car bleeding out. I don't know. The chat ain't for the faint of heart. You need the whole armor of God. You do need the whole armor of God. So where was his body in this lady? I don't know. They don't say that, Morgan. I'm trying to figure out, was he in the back window? Was he was he lodged in a part of the baby? I don't know. I don't even want to try to speculate. In more ugly news about involving cars, Catherine McPhee is also in the news. Okay, it sounds like she doesn't need to be driving a vehicle that big while being that inattentive. Child, I hope it don't come out that she was driving while under the influence, while and it was a DUI. Because mama, you going away for a long time. Catherine McPhee is in the news. If I remember correctly, isn't she one of the chicks from American Idol? Y'all know I don't be paying attention to a lot of these white chicks. It's stuff like that. Y'all know how I feel about the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, and I have basically no use for these people. Anyway, Catherine McPhee is in the news because, and I'm gonna just read the headline and let y'all go from there. Okay, here's the goddamn headline: Catherine McPhee's nanny fatally run over by 84-year-old woman at car dealership, pinned under SUV and dragged 20 feet. Let me read that again, because maybe y'all ain't maybe y'all didn't hear me well when I said that. Catherine McPhee's nanny fatally run over by 84-year-old woman at car dealership, pinned under SUV and dragged 20 feet. This is what we got going on. I don't even understand what's going on with y'all in these SUVs nowadays and all that y'all got going on. I can't even figure out. No, it wasn't no season 5 or season 6 of American Idol. It was way after that. She wasn't on season 5 or season 6. I know that. Or was she? I thought she was after Jordan Sparks, because I think Jordan Sparks was like season 7 or 8. I know Fanny and Jennifer Hudson was season 3. I think Jordan Sparks was season 7 or 8. I didn't think she was before Jordan Sparks. And she is the latest young wife of producer David Foster. Yeah, you know David Foster gets around. He be shoving that wrinkled piece of meat all up in the young girls nowadays. He's a whole mess. She married to David Foster, and they were on tour in Asia and canceled it due to the family emergency. This must have been that's the family emergency. Listen, let me read this for y'all. Catherine McPhee left her concert tour in Asia to rush home for a horrible tragedy last week. And now we know the shocking details of what happened. The nanny who took care of McPhee's 2-year-old son with David Foster was brutally murdered after she was run over by an 84-year-old woman at a car dealership. McPhee's nanny, Yadira Kalito, is said to be the woman fatally struck last Wednesday after a Toyota RAV4, and a Toyota RAV4 ain't even that big. But it ain't that big. Came barreling through the dealership's customer reception area at Hamer Toyota in San Fernandino Valley. Sources claim Kalito was pinned under the woman's vehicle and dragged an estimated 20 feet before being rescued. She was rushed to the hospital in critical condition and pronounced dead. The police confirmed an elderly woman was taking her RAV4 into the dealership to get serviced when she hit the gas instead of the brakes. The fatal mistake sent her flying from the service bay driveway and into the customer reception area. Despite the fatality, the woman behind the wheel has not been arrested. McPhee's nanny was the only death, but there were 2 other victims. According to the reports, 2 men working at the dealership were also injured in the accident and are expected to make full recoveries. Listen, y'all this old lady can't tell the difference between the gas and the accelerator and the brake. I don't want to be ageist. I don't want to do this to old people, but I do feel after a certain age, you don't need to be driving no more. Where's your family? Where's your people that should be driving you around? Baby, it's time for you to be calling Uber and stuff like that. Or, a lot of the people, the public transportation, they have little services for the people to get for elderly people to get around, for elderly people to, get taken places at a discounted rate or for free. But baby, you around here running people over and pinning them under your RAV4 SUV and dragging them 20 feet. Now, I'll be honest, there's a couple people who I would love to do that to. I'm just being honest, just being real honest. Would love to do that to a whole lot of people. But in this case, this is not good. The lady ain't been arrested. Now, I got a lot of money that says that this is an old white lady Because if it was an old black lady, they would have her in the jail already. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know. A mess. Catherine McPhee, I'm sure she is probably good friends with her nanny, and she's probably devastated. That's a horrible way to die. Because think about you being drugged under this SUV. I don't even want to imagine. Girl, listen, Catherine McPhee. I hope Catherine McPhee just agrees to pay for all of her funeral arrangements and everything, because even though it's not your fault, that's something. I mean, you could do that. You and David Foster got a whole lot of money. Wrinkle Peen over there, and y'all got a whole lot of money. Go ahead and pay for that lady's services. Prayers, thoughts, condolences to the lady, her family, loved ones, friends, and all of that. Because that's a horrible way to go out. I don't know why this old lady at 84 is barreling people down in cold blood, dragging people. Just taking people the hell out, Morgan. Morgan, she taking people out in her RAV4. Who drives a RAV4? I guess. Listen, y'all. You know what? I think I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, it is now time for our Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave. His only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
It's time for our Sugar Spike segment. Hey, Jay Wash, I'm glad you made it in, Jay Wash. You got 6 minutes before the late bell. So, for those of you all not familiar, I know we have a couple new people around here. If you're not familiar with the Sugar Spike segment, these are segments that usually involve some amount of racism, discrimination, and or bigotry. A lot of times it involves politics and people in positions of power doing things they should not do. Let me eat me a piece of gummy worm before, because this is a story. Y'all know we break stories over here. This is a story that we're going to break over here. And then you'll hear about it other places. So, in our first Sugar Spike segment moment, the Smithsonian is at fault here. So, the Smithsonian has now issued an apology. Why? Because the Smithsonian was keeping a collection of 255 human brains gathered by a white supremacist for scientific studies. He was a white supremacist who believed that the white race was superior to all other races. So he went and collected the human brains of Black and Native American people without consent, without permission, so that he could use it for his sick little scientific studies to prove that the white race was superior to all other races. Oh yeah, I'm not making this up. This is not anything that I'm making up. This is verifiable. Let me read this real quick. The Smithsonian Museum has apologized for unethical historic collections including brains harvested by a white supremacist former curator in the 1900s, as furious families demand the return of their relatives' remains. Alice Herdlicka, the DC institution's first curator of human anthropology, led the museum's drive to collect 255 brains in the early 1900s as he attempted to present evidence of a now debunked theory about anatomical differences between races. According to the Washington Post, who unveiled the dark story behind the collection, the majority were removed upon death from non-white and indigenous people without the consent of the individuals or their families. One of the brains belonged to Mary Sarah, an indigenous Scandinavian woman of the Sami people who died of tuberculosis in a Seattle sanitarium in 1933 at the age of 18. Her doctor contacted the Smithsonian by telegram in May of that year to offer her brain for Herdlicka's collection, and it is still preserved within the walls of the Smithsonian still today. Using Smithsonian documents, the Washington Post tracked down Sarah's relatives, who had no idea her brain had been taken, and said they would demand its return. Her cousin, retired nurse Martha Sarah Jack, 77, described the practice as, quote, a violation of anybody's trust or humanity. It's inhumane. It's not science anymore. It's like barbarism or ghoulish harvesting. End quote. I don't even need to go any further. I don't even need to read no further. This is what happens in these yet to be United States of America. Why are we even surprised that in the early 1900s, an institution like the Smithsonian, bought and paid for by the United States government, taxpayers' dollars being used to upkeep it and to curate it, why are we not surprised that they were harvesting the brains of Black people and indigenous Native American people for their own little sick, twisted, sadistic studies, just to prove that they were somehow superior to our Black asses? That's what we got going on. I don't know what y'all want from me. This is what we do in these yet to be United States of America. Do we need to remember what they did when they were studying syphilis? Do we need to be reminded of what they did to Black women's bodies when they were studying obstetrics and gynecology? Do we need to talk about the thousands and thousands of Black bodies that were maimed at the behest and all for science by white people? Because they never did any of these experiments on their white asses, but our Black asses, they did all of it. Do we need to remember the case of Henrietta Lacks? Do we need to be reminded of all of these things that go down at the cost of Black bodies and Black people? That's what we got going on in these yet to be United States of America. But you ain't gonna hear about none of that nowhere. That's why we break stories over here. So now under the cloak of darkness, they'll slide in this little apology. They still have the brains today in 2023. They'll slide this apology under the cloak of darkness. None of the major news outlets will pick it up. None of the major blogs, websites will talk about it. But the Smithsonian can quietly go away and just quietly apologize. You know, that whole thing about keeping the brains of Black and Native American people. Ooh, we messed up. We're kind of sorry. We had kind of a racist for a curator back then. We're sorry about that. Did you try to reach out to these people? Because the Washington Post said for one of these brains, They had to do the research and go find these people and tell these people that their loved one's brain was there. Y'all stinking asses ain't go look for shit. Y'all over here still keeping these people's brains. What the fuck are y'all doing with it at this point? This is what y'all got going on. This is what y'all got going on in these yet to be United States of America. Here's what the Smithsonian said. The Smithsonian's board approved giving Sarah's brain to the family, the Washington Post said, though officials refused to request to pay for a burial and headstone. The brains, most collected in the 1940s, have long been off limit to public viewing, with officials only allowing descendants or members of related communities to see them, according to the Washington Post. This year, the Smithsonian announced the creation of a task force aimed at addressing what will happen to the human remains, in conversation with relatives, and apologized for previous practices. Wait a minute. This ain't a goddamn discussion that we need to be having. What you need to do is give the people their brains back, and in addition to giving these people they goddamn the remains of their loved ones back, y'all need to break these people off some goddamn money. Where are the lawsuits? Because I need a class action lawsuit on this. Can I get somebody to hit up we got a whole lot of lawyers and, esquires and JDs and people that are of much higher legal mind than me. A lot of people who have passed the bar in their respective states that can probably go pick this up, because if this ain't a class action lawsuit, I don't know what the fuck is. This is what y'all got going on in these yet to be United States of America. The Smithsonian secretary, Lonnie Bunch III, who happens to be a black man. Go figure. Go figure. Said, and Lonnie Bunch III, famed historian and curator, is a secretary for the Smithsonian, said, quote, "At the Smithsonian, we recognize certain collection practices of our past were unethical." I bet you did. What was once standard in the museum field is no longer acceptable. We acknowledge and apologize for the pain our historical practices have caused people, their families, and their communities. I look forward to the conversations this initiative will generate in helping us perform our cutting-edge research in a manner that is right with scholarship and conforms to the highest ethical standard. I don't need to hear no more. That's end of quote. I don't even need to hear no more. Now, I'm not going to fully, Kia, and thank you for being here, Kia. I'm not going to fully dog walk and castigate Lonnie Bunch, because Lonnie Bunch is here for us. Remember, Lonnie Bunch was intimately involved with the Smithsonian African American History Museum, and because of his work there, was elevated to secretary over the Smithsonian. However, Lonnie, sir, how is this in the possession? How are you not knowing about this? And you've been in that position for a little while now, Lonnie, okay? How are you all just getting around to, letting this out? And it's only out because the Washington Post went and did some investigations on it. Thank God for the Washington Post, because had the Washington Post not looked into it and did some investigations, y'all stinking asses would have never even said anything, and they would have still been at the Smithsonian. Somebody need to get a lawyer over here. Somebody need to get a lawyer. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm gonna move on. We ain't got that kind of time to really unpack. I really want to unpack that a long ways and dog walk the Smithsonian on that, but we ain't got that type of time. I'm gonna be this next story I find real funny. And he put a 27 in the chat if you watch ESPN. Just put it if you watch ESPN and you in the sports. Put a 27 in the chat for me, please, because this is a story that I'm going to take a lot of, you know, I'm going to feel real good about this story. It is a sugar spiky story, but I'm going to feel real good about this story. Hmm. Now listen, Sage Steele is in the news because she finally settled with ESPN. Now you'll recall she filed a lawsuit against ESPN and Disney, said that she was wrongfully, she wasn't terminated, but it was a discrimination lawsuit where that heifer said that she was not afforded her First Amendment rights. Oh, should I remind you what happened? This is the bitch who went on and said, was claiming that Barack Obama was wrong for saying that he was black if he had a white mother, and that how dare he say he was black? How dare you do that? That's her. She's also the one that said, well, women should expect to be talked to inappropriately and to be harassed with the way some of the women dress on sidelines and some of these sports reporters and some of the outfits that they wear on while they're sportscasting. Hmm. That's the same one who also married that white man that took her ass to the cleaners and took half her money. We don't give a shit about her and how she feel. Nope. Don't care. Won't care. Hmm. We don't care. Do not care. So ESPN and Disney agreed to settle the lawsuit, and cause she's real ultra MAGA. She's real ultra MAGA and real conservative. The bitch just ain't shit. Okay, she ain't shit. She's not here for black people. She's been known over the years to talk down on black people, to say we ain't shit, and to tell our black asses all the things that we're not. Even though, hey bitch, you forgot you black too. Newsflash, that's melanin in your skin. But she's one of those, one of those that like to act like they're not, a part of us until they get reminded. So you married that white man who shoved his white meat stick in your body over and over and over, only to have him say, girl, I'm not here for you. I'm not going to stay married to you. I just want you for all your coins, and took you to the cleaners and took half your money. And now you looking for a payday from ESPN, and ESPN told you, girl, you went a little too far. See, you thought that it was just Jamel Hill. Yes, she Candace Owens. Kia, you thought it was just going to be Jamel Hill that had to come under flack for telling the truth about Donald Trump. And even though you trying to tell our president, Barack Obama, that he can't just say he's black if he wants to, that he got to say that he's, part white, because you in your own mind want to be white, because you love to be white. You love to have some parts of white in you. If that means you got white blood in your body or white peen in your body, you just want some parts of white up in you. Right? Girl. ESPN said, girl, take this 500K and keep it moving. So they offered her, they settled on 501K. They announced that they parted ways. Even Halle Berry dog walked you one time. And when Halle Berry don't like you, like, girl, Halle Berry don't be going out there and saying a whole lot about a whole lot of people. Halle Berry even had to go off on you one time, girl. You're just a loathsome, awful, decrepit individual that nobody likes. Why are you here? Well, you're not here anymore. You're no longer on our television screens. Go away. Her, Jason Whitlock. It's a whole lot of them in sport, a whole lot of black people in sports that act like they're not a part of us. She's, her and Jason Whitlock and a bunch of them. Sometimes Stephen A. Smith, sometimes even, he not fully like that, but every now and again he'll say something that's a little problematic, but I'm not going to put him in the same category with them. But her and Jason Whitlock, y'all can take the both of them and they can go somewhere and die slowly. Moving on, because I'm not going to spend too much time on that troglodyte that is Sage Steele. She's a mess. Go away. Go with God. In other sugar spiky news, Baylor University is in the news, y'all. So listen, a judge, a judge, a student was suing Baylor University. A female student that was a lesbian was suing Baylor University for harassment and LGBT. She was suing them for LGBTQ plus harassment under Title IX, which which is a anti-discrimination law for harassment on the basis of sex, race, orientation, and so forth. She sued and won. Baylor University appealed, and the new appellate judge said, "Oh, it's okay, Baylor. You don't have to. You're a Christian school," because Baylor is a religious school, a Christian school, university. They told Baylor, "Oh, don't worry about it. We got you. Trump appointed us. We're here for a reason. Bitch, we got you." So now they're being told that now they don't have to be found liable for that. And because they're a Christian school, that part of Title IX doesn't have to apply to them because of their religious rights. So now it's probably going to make it to the Supreme Court, but this would likely give precedent to universities and schools to say you can be discriminated against at our institution on the basis of our religious freedom. That's what we have going on. And for all of the bigots out there saying, "Oh, that's the LGBTQ problem. That ain't a race issue," y'all forgot that for hundreds and hundreds of years, white people, explained away slavery for their own religious beliefs because they believed that was religious doctrine, that our black asses were inferior to them and should be enslaved. I wanted to touch on that real fast. I'm going to follow that story for y'all and see where it goes. But I can tell, the girl goes into how she was closeted because she knew she was at a Christian school, but people, kind of figured out she was a lesbian and started putting like post-it notes with homophobic epithets and all types of horrible, phrases and stuff all over her door. They would shout stuff at her at the school. She tells the story of one time she was assaulted when somebody threw something at her and all kinds of stuff. Okay, these people will find a way to explain away anything with the Bible. So those people who said it's not my issue because I'm heterosexual, please believe they do the same thing for women's rights. They do the same things when it gets to talking race. It's a slippery slope. Y'all better see what's coming. Y'all better see what's coming down the pipeline. Y'all tripping. Anyway, I'm gonna just hit this one real quick, and then we should be done with all our sugar spike moments because this ain't even a blip on the map. So we just gonna say this one real. So I know I do have one of our big stories is the sugar spike moment. So listen, y'all's boy governor death sentence, Ron DeSantis, is in the news because he has fallen from second place in the polls in New Hampshire to third place. And now Chris Christie is in second place in the polls in New Hampshire. Now, girl, it ain't nothing to brag about. Chris Christie is at 9%. Ron death sentence is at 8%. What are we bragging about? Well, girl, we knew this was coming. I ain't gonna spend too much time on this. Ron DeSantis ain't shit. Fuck him and fuck his life. Let me get to Soulja Boy. I told y'all I was gonna have to dog walk Soulja Boy today. Let me just get Soulja Boy out the way. Let me just dog walk a couple people today. Let me get all my dog walking out the way now. So Soulja Boy is in the news, right? Now, yesterday, y'all, for those of y'all who were here yesterday, if you remember, I did a story yesterday on Uncle Luke, who was complaining about the fact that when they did the Hip Hop 50 last Friday, that he felt that Miami rappers were being disrespected and not getting all of the give me shelter. Mickey Mouse is about to dog walk Governor death sentence. Please be clear. You was at work, Xavier. You better be glad you're a hall monitor. You still might have to get this good essay, Xavier. I'm gonna keep rolling up in my class late, sir. Anyway, so I talked about Uncle Luke saying that Miami rappers and were not being respected or weren't being treated, with the same level of respect as other rappers when you're talking about 50 years of hip hop, because they weren't as celebrated as some other rappers, right? He and some other Miami rappers. So Soulja Boy has chimed in. Soulja Boy has chimed. It's just a mess. So Soulja Boy has chimed in, right? Let me read y'all what he says. When I came in the game, they said I killed hip hop, but really I birthed the new wave of hip hop with internet and streaming ahead of my time. That's what he tweeted first. Hashtag hip hop 50. Then he tweeted after that, now everyone vlogs their career like me. Now everyone uploads their music to the internet. Now everyone goes live for their fans. I started it. Thank me or not. Flowers, credit or not. Hashtag hip hop 50. First of all, Soulja Boy, you were not the first one to upload to the internet and do streaming. They were already doing that before your ass came along. If you want to take credit, Soulja Boy, for the awful people that we see in rap today, I will give Soulja Boy this. Soulja Boy opened the door to people who should never have been in rap, people who should never have been in hip hop, people who don't have any skills as a rapper, an artist, and should never even be involved with rap or hip hop. He opened the door to all of the little gimmicky one-hit wonder people, the people who we don't give a shit about. It's just the rap industry is engorged with, and hip hop is engorged with all of these garbage ass people who have no business with a microphone in their goddamn hands. These are the same people that every other week a sex tape is coming out about them because they stinking ass don't have a fucking career. They don't have a fucking career anywhere. I mean, they still strip searching mice and roaches in their goddamn houses for a goddamn career or a hit song because they got one, maybe two hit fucking songs, and then these raggedy ass bastards think that they should be on the Mount Rushmore of fucking hip hop. Soulja Boy, your ass wasn't there. You shouldn't have been there. We have no respect for you. None at all, Soulja Boy. None at all. I'm like, really? But now I'm gonna say this, and y'all gonna drag me in the comments. I don't care. Let me take a swig before I say this. Some of y'all same people who go up for Soulja Boy and are trying to cape and cap for Soulja Boy, talking about he did change the game. He was so relevant. Da 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 da. are some of the same people who tell me people like Ashanti are iconic. Because I come from the time period where to be in the music industry, specifically R&B, you had to have one of the two. You had to be singing your face off. Ashanti can't sing her face off. Or you had to be able to entertain the kids and give the kids a hell of a show. She can't do none of that either. She give a lot of hell of a shows in the studios and people's hotel room suites, from what we understand, but she ain't giving a whole lot of shows on stage. Her vocals are good for yin yinging around the house, maybe in somebody's little community-based program. Maybe if you got a little small church where y'all ain't got a whole lot of good singers in the choir, you may could have her singing. But putting her up there, talk about she's iconic and legendary, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am. Not sorry at all. Say what you want to say. And then that's how we end up with people like the Rihannas of the world, who can't sing, who can't dance, who can't do anything that should make you relevant within the industry, except for you. Let me shut up. Anyway, but Soulja Boy, you weren't there. You shouldn't have been there. We don't want you there. Why are you here? I'm just saying. And not long after Ashanti sprung into the stratosphere in the R&B industry, R&B died. Because I don't consider Beyonce really R&B. Beyonce's more pop than R&B. So I'm just saying. Exactly, Tracy. We got people like Sexy Red out here talking about she's the queen of raw dogging. She's the fuck out here. Her and the fucking Suki Islands of the world. At least when Lil Kim was out here skanking around all over, the tri-state area in New York, at least she knew enough to have Biggie write good lyrics from her. So when she rapped, she had some bars and some good lyrics. These whores ain't got shit. You know, like Ashanti and her suit. Ciao. 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 Well, to be fair, Ashanti is my oldest brother time. She fine. That's about it. Yeah, she look good now. She's a beautiful woman, but baby, you need to go model. I would have preferred him to make his own. Right. Like, I need these people to find something to do with themselves. Remember, they brought all those soft singers to make up for it. They did. Because Aaliyah, back in the day, you had two black singers that was, soft voice. Now, Janet was, but Janet, by the time, I would say Janet was always really pop. Her first three albums. Well, no, I'm sorry. We don't really consider the first two albums. So those first two albums notwithstanding. But Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet had a real R&B feel to them. And if I consider Velvet Rope, there were parts of Velvet Rope of Janet was kind of split down the middle. Let's be clear. Janet had, if you listen to a Janet album, there are songs that are very pop. There are songs that are very R&B. You could tell the songs that are R&B, and you could tell the feel for it. Like I Get So Lonely on Velvet Rope is straight R&B, whereas a song like You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone, even though she was on there with Q-Tip, that was more of a pop feel, where it was sampling Joni. So but you had Janet, you had Aaliyah. Aaliyah could entertain. She couldn't sing. Maya could entertain. She wasn't. She couldn't really sing either, but it was okay because they was gonna go out there. They was gonna dance. They was gonna give you the best they got. They were entertainers. They had enough to hold a tune, yin 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 around the house. They could hold a tune. And so that meant that a good writer could write something for them that was gonna be a bop, and they was gonna get out there on that stage and give you the best that they got. But then comes Ashanti, and I was like, "Girl, your vocals ain't strong enough to support the fact that you can't perform at all. You can't dance. You can't entertain. You just stand on the stage and look good, Mama. Listen, if we needed that, we'll get you the model. There's porn for that, not singing. That I get so lonely is that listen. I get so lonely is listen. But yeah, Janet Jackson, most of her albums, I would say the earlier albums, Control and Rhythm Nation, had a lot more R&B, but they still had heavy pop songs too. Janet was more half and half. The Janet album was really half and half. Half of it was pop, half of it was hip hop. So that's just, what that is. But Soulja Boy, you around here complaining. Maya's voice has got better with age. Some women do that. You do find that there are women who, the older they get their voice gets stronger. And you appreciate their voice more. But I've never appreciated Ashanti. Ooh, baby, oh man, ooh, baby. Oh God, please go away. I will never forgive Tamia. That's my girl, Tamia, for allowing that heifer Ashanti to do that, to do her song So Into You. At the same time, Tamia released her song first. Tamia sung her fucking face off because that's what the fuck Tamia does. She can sing her fucking face off. And then to make money, you allow the record label to tell you, oh, allow Aaliyah to sing it, because that was kind of a thing at the time, kind of like the when Leanne Rhymes and the other girl did How Do I, Trisha Yearwood, kind of like Leanne Rhymes and Trisha Yearwood did How Do I Live Without You. Nobody wanted to hear Trisha Yearwood. We were all here for Leanne Rhymes. It's kind of the same thing when you had Ashanti and Tamia doing So Into You. Now, Fab did a remix for both of them. There's a remix with Fab and Tamia. There's a remix with Fab and Ashanti. I've only heard the Ashanti version with Fab. I've never heard a version of Ashanti of So Into You without Fab. So I don't know if she let Ashanti do it just by herself. Child. But Tamia got some listen. Tamia got some albums. Listen. My favorite song by Tamia is still I Hope This Time Is Love. Oh, that's my song. Oh. I Hope This Time Is Love is my shit. Ooh, child. That's my song. Child. Whew, sorry, y'all. Tamia be saying her face off, honey. Like, where is A Marie had that one hit. This just one thing. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Baby, when that song used to come on in the club from about 2002 to about 2005 or 6, I don't give a shit what was coming, what was going on. When that song, This Just One Thing by A Marie came on, bitch, you had to get out on the dance floor and break it up, bitch. Break it up, bitch. Bitch, I don't care what you was doing. I don't care who dick you was sucking in the bathroom. I don't care what drink you was ordering at the bar or who you was ordering a drink for at the bar. When that song came on, bitch, you stopped what you did and went to the dance floor and had to break it up, bitch. Break it up. But yes, I liked her better than Ashanti. Listen, she only really, A Marie really only had that one song. She has a song called Almost That's my favorite, child. A Marie is an author now. She has a YouTube channel. Interesting. Child. I didn't know she had a YouTube channel, V Carter. Interesting. How's her writing though? A Marie is underrated. She has solid albums, especially that one from Japan. Listen, I don't unfortunately the music industry is what the fuck it is. It ain't shit. So somebody like A Marie, who should probably have made it a lot further than she did, didn't really make it a whole lot of places because the music industry ain't shit. And they do a lot of people wrong. A lot of people wrong. So I mean, if we're gonna give you credit for anything, Soulja Boy, we're gonna give you credit for infusing rap and hip hop with fuck shit and fuckery. I didn't really care for the Demita Joe album. On the Demita Joe album, she did a lot more. That she tried to go just almost straight pop and dance. There was some there was a lot more how there was house on there, dance, a lot more pop. I didn't really care for Demita Joe. Um my favorite album is actually All For You. All For You is my favorite Janet album. I can literally play that song from, track one all the way through. There's so many songs. Some of my favorites off that album, I told y'all, Better Days. Oh my God. Better Days is one of my Feel So Right off of that All For You album. Those two songs alone. And then if you couple that with China Love, those three songs alone probably make that my favorite Janet album. China Love, Feel So Right, Better Days, those three songs alone. You got Come On Get Up, that's on that album. It's just Clouds. Oh my God, the Clouds interlude. Oh my God, there were so many interludes on that album that I just love. Someone to Call My Lover is such a bop and so underrated because you can literally sit there and just jam and just. I love the video because she's in that video, just real, just subtle, just dancing real subtle, shaking her hips on Someone to Call My Lover with the cute little drum set player, real cute. Child, that whole All For You album. Oh my God. I used to play that album like it was, oh my God. When We Ooh, I forgot about When We Ooh. Oh my God. Mm. So many songs on that. I still hate how they treated Jenna after that one half child. We'll never forgive CBS and the music industry or that stank bitch Justin Timberlake. We'll never forgive these people for that. Mm. Speaking of entertainers, this is just for Xavier and So Jeff. This is the last y'all gonna hear because now that she done left Atlanta and her tour is almost over, I don't have to talk about her anymore. But Janet did go and she gave a shout out and said, I love you, Lizzo, or we love you, Lizzo, and gave her a shout out. I don't know, not Janet, Beyond Skank. Beyond Skank did say, I love you, Lizzo, or we love you, Lizzo, or whatever. Now, Beyonce, I figure you to be better than that, Beyonce. And I say that because we're still unraveling all that's going on with Lizzo and everything. So I wouldn't be so quick to jump the gun. Like in terms of PR, Beyonce's really usually pretty good about PR and, removing herself from things that may be toxic. I don't know why Beyonce is, went down that road, but child, I guess if you like it, I love it. I'm gonna let you have it, Beyonce. Well, the Beyonce praise had to come to an end. Child, you knew it wasn't gonna be that. You knew it, Tracy. You know I don't like Beyonce skank like that. She hasn't said Erica's name again yet, though, child. Because she petty. The bitch is petty. Here's a case of when Fuck Around and Find Out comes to life. Listen, Y'all better stop playing with people online. Let me read this case of y'all. Listen. Y'all know how I feel about Beyond Skank, okay? Y'all, we're not gonna go down this road. Y'all can buzz somewhere. Y'all already know how I feel about Beyonce. Now we're not gonna keep it sit up. Beyond Skank only gets a little bit of play, and that's only to be nice to So Jeff, who's an executive board member of the Beehive, and Xavier, who's also senior level staff over there down to the Beehive. God, y'all, and Beyonce Skank, she gone. The girls had 3 days. Listen, Beyonce gave the girls 3 days in Atlanta. Baby, if you ain't get enough of Beyonce Skank, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Now the New Orleans girls gonna be over there. I guarantee you the looks in New Orleans are gonna be very different from the looks in Atlanta. Girl. Because some of them looks we saw on social media, the people going to this good Beyonce Skank concert. Child. Anyway, so here's a story, y'all, of where fuck around and find out gets you more than you bargained for. The headline says social media feud turns deadly after sisters get shot confronting online nemesis in Alabama. Baby, in Alabama, listen, if you are in the great state of Alabama, governed by Governor Scissors K. Ivy, you need to just sit down somewhere. This is not the time in the great state of Alabama for you to be trying to figure out and fuck around and find out and end up with loss of life or hospitalized. Okay? Lord, just go sit down somewhere. Sit y'all ass down, please, in Alabama. Child, let me tell y'all this story. A woman in Alabama has been arrested after an alleged feud on social media ended with a deadly shooting. On August 11th, that was last week, Friday, police responded to a call in Sims in reference to a shooting. Once at the scene, officers found the victim, 23-year-old Anastasia Cole Holloway Wilkerson. Damn, that's a long name. Anastasia Cole Holloway Wilkerson, deceased. The second victim, Honesty was 23. The second victim, 14-year-old Germany Holloway Wilkerson, was found down the street at a neighbor's home, suffering from a gunshot wound to the right thigh. Witnesses told investigators they went with 22-year-old Curtilius Tanise Topanga James to a local restaurant. When they got back, James's belongings were in the yard. Her vehicle had been keyed and all 4 tires were flat. Okay, so the 3 ladies, so let me work this out. The 3 ladies, the Holloway Wilkerson sisters, along with Curtilius Tanise Topanga James, they all went to this restaurant together. When Curtilia got home, she came home and all her stuff was in the yard and all her tires had been flat and her vehicle had done got keyed. Okay, here's where the story starts to get fishy. The Wilkerson Holloway sisters then came to Curtilia's house and they started arguing with Curtilia. Curtilia went in the house and then allegedly came out, shot the older sister in the chest with a shotgun, and then fired at the 14-year-old younger sister with the same shotgun as she was fleeing the scene, hitting her in the thigh, according to authorities. Listen, fuck around and find out. Baby, when she pulled out the shotgun, y'all came to that girl house. She was already feeling some kind of way. Somebody had to went to her house, threw all her shit outside, flattened her tires, keyed her car. Mama was already feeling some kind of way. Y'all came to that woman's house with the fuck shit. She said, bitch, I ain't got this type of time. Everybody who can put a hashtag ABC in the chat. Can I get a hashtag ABC in the chat? Because I feel like Curtilia said, listen, bitch. A bitch just came. A bitch came. Hashtag ABC. A bitch can't. And she pulled out the shotgun. And baby said, what's all that shit you talking? Cock. Boom. Mama, the younger girl tried to run away. Curtilia cocked that gun again. Boom. And the other girl got hit in the thigh. So I'm imagining, she had to limp her way to the neighbor's house. And she probably cocked it a third time and said, bitch, anything else we got to say? Do we still got problems? Listen, I told y'all better sit y'all ass down to fuck down. Goddamn Alabama. Y'all better leave these people alone. Curtilius was arrested and booked in Metro Jail, officials said. She was charged with murder and attempted murder. That's all I got off this story. Listen, I'm looking at this mug shot of Curtilia. She look like a nice girl. She got some little kind of cornrow braids in her hair, but she's smiling halfway in the mug shot photo. Listen. The woman went in her house and pulled out a goddamn shotgun. See, what happened was when she went in that house, what y'all was supposed to do is find y'all somewhere to go. Y'all thought it was a game. When the woman took her ass back in the goddamn house and y'all was still in her yard, y'all was in her yard. Baby, you was supposed to hightail it out of there. Now, I wonder, this being a black girl, I wonder why magically the stand your ground rules don't apply here. I'm just asking. But I guess since it's 3 black girls, stand your ground doesn't apply because we stand your ground laws in some states it's called the castle doctrine. Only applies if it's a white person shooting a black person. But if it's a black person that's doing the shooting, there's no such animal as castle doctrine or stand your ground laws. A mess. A goddamn mess. I don't know what y'all want from me, but she found, listen, when that woman took her ass in the goddamn house and y'all was the fuck still in that woman's yard, y'all should have knew better. Oh, well. Y'all's boy Billy Porter is in the news. Y'all know how I feel about Billy Porter. He gets on my goddamn nerves. He's real problematic. You see, they charged her real quick, right? You see how long they took to arrest that old white lady that shot AJ Owens over there in Ocala, Florida. See how long they took to arrest her? And then they ended up letting her out of jail. The prosecution said, oh, we don't have enough evidence to convict her, so we're just not going to prosecute her, or we're not going to go forward with the case. You know what? They ain't shit. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all know how I feel about Billy Porter. Now, Billy Porter is in a whole war with Anna Wintour. He's windmilling everybody. He windmilling the air. He's windmilling and talking about and dragging everybody imaginable. Because you went and married that white man. You were Sage Steele. Y'all like white meat. You went and married that white boy, and the white boy done divorced you and is divorcing you and taking your ass to the cleaners. You over here complaining that you got to move into a efficiency and you trying to downscale and shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now you over here fighting with Anna Wintour. Now you reclaiming your blackness. You know how our queen Maxine Waters was reclaiming her time on the floor of Congress? Billy Porter's trying to reclaim his blackness. I told y'all how this goes. When the white people use them like a dish rag, like a cum napkin, and throw them to the side and throw them away, then they want to come and try and reclaim their blackness. Now they all pro black community. Oh, y'all galvanize around me, circle the wagons. Oh, oh, I'm black. Don't forget I'm one of you guys. I'm black. Oh, where was all of that smoke when you was around here, with the people descendants from the Caucasus Mountains? Billy has been loud about being black and gay when it's advantageous to Billy. Billy is always about Billy and when it's advantageous. If the whites in the room want you to be the token and go and say, "Oh, we're here for all of the blackness of it all. We got Billy Porter. Billy Porter, get on the camera and scream that you're black and gay and not really associate with the black gays. But for our purposes, hanging around with all our white asses, you'll be the representative for all black gays. So we need you to go in front of the cameras and scream, I'm black and gay and proud, and I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and they accosted me, and they made me feel bad, and I understand the black gay experience, and I can throw out some lingos, but I'm not really here for the black gays when we get amongst the black gays, though. Let me read this. This is an opinion piece. Billy Porter held nothing back when recently discussing Harry Styles becoming the first man to grace the cover of Vogue in 2020. The esteemed Hollywood actor opened up to the Telegraph about Styles' privilege of being a white and straight male in the entertainment industry and how Vogue had no problem cashing in on it. Quote, "It doesn't feel good to me. You're using my community or your people are using my community to elevate you. You haven't had to sacrifice anything." That's what he said in the interview. To give even more background to Porter's claims, he shared an interesting tidbit about a talk he had with Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour. Ahead of the cover's release, Wintour asked Porter his opinion on how to lead the magazine. Quote, "That bitch said to me at the end, how can we do better? And I was so taken off guard that I didn't say what I should have said," Porter explained. However, he stated that he did tell Wintour to use your power as Vogue to uplift the voices of the leaders of this degendering of the fashion movement. 6 months later, Harry Styles is the first man on the cover. End quote. Though Porter said he doesn't necessarily have anything against Styles, the singer isn't the right choice to represent the complexity of gender and how it pertains to the LGBTQ plus community. Quote, "I'm not dragging Harry Styles, but he is the one you're going to try and use to represent this new conversation. He doesn't care. He's just doing it because it's the thing to do." End quote. Porter continued saying, quote, "This is politics for me. This is my life. I had to fight my entire life to get to the place where I could wear a dress to the Oscars and not be gunned down. All he has to do is be white and straight." End quote. Listen, a lot of things can be true at one time. Is Billy Porter right in what he said about Harry Styles? Yeah. But at the same point in time, Billy Porter, what did you expect? Like, really? You go to all of these white places and white establishment and white entities and white organizations and expect for them to roll out the red carpet for your black gay ass? You really thought that that was going to happen like that? Please be clear. Like I said to Xavier, Billy Porter uses his blackness when it's appropriate. Billy Porter saw the opportunity that Pose could give him. And see, a lot of, I hate to go down this road, but I guess we're here now. A lot of, and I told y'all this when we talked about Billy Porter a couple weeks ago. Billy Porter, like RuPaul, a lot of the younger black gays don't know their history, don't know the backstories of some of these people. Okay. So my point being that Billy Porter has been problematic to and for the gay community in the past. In the same way, not the whole gay community, but I should say the black gay community, in the same way that RuPaul has been problematic in and for the black gay community. But a lot of the young black gay community only know RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race, and they only know Billy Porter from Pose. A lot of people don't know the history and can't go back and speak to the history. And Billy Porter may be right in some of the stuff he's saying, but you're preaching to an audience that's not trying to hear you. That audience want you to go and speak to the media and let white people feel like they've done enough for the black gay community. They don't want you to do no real fighting for the black gay community. And now that you've been pushed away and ostracized in your estimation by that community, you're coming to the black gay community seeking and garnering help and sympathy. And we're looking at you like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. You can go back over there with them. You wanted them, you got them. You wanted them, you got them. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. So I don't even know that Billy Porter even ever gave credit to where he stole his idea for that dress from. But child, don't get me started. That's another way he stole from the ball community and never wants to give credit. Oh, I said that out loud. Oh, anyway, moving on because I feel myself spiking. I feel myself about to go. Vovo, you know I ain't lying, Vovo. You know I'm about to go down this road and dog walk Billy Porter. I'm not gonna listen. We ain't got the type of time. I don't want to have to dog walk this man, but I would if I have to. Right. They want to come over here, Nakia, and say, "Oh, remember me? I'm black and gay too." Oh, really? Really? Conveniently now, that white man that threw you to the curb and took all your money. The white zeitgeist ain't really seeing it for you right now and ain't trying to help you. So now you over here, as the white people would say, pulling the race card. Girl, girl. Anyway, one of our headline stories is Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco. He's a shortstop for the Tampa Bay Rays, right? Is he a shortstop? Yes, he's their shortstop. He's in the news because he's being investigated by the authorities in Dominican Republic because they said that in his home country of the Dominican Republic, he's been dating a 14-year-old girl, and authorities have already started an investigation. His team have put him on the restricted list, meaning he can't even go and travel with the team or play at any games for at least 6 games while investigations are going on. Major League Baseball has simultaneously also pulled started an investigation into this, all the while the authorities and the Dominican Republic are doing it. The Office of the Attorney General confirmed the Office of the Attorney General in the Dominican Republic has confirmed that there is a case, an active case, an investigation going on right now involving him and him dating a 14-year-old girl. I don't know if any sexual contact is involved with that, but right now they're still investigating and looking into it. Major League Baseball is investigating, and his team has put him on the restricted list. We don't know when he's coming back. So if you're a Rays fan, that's y'all shortstop, baby. I don't know. Y'all better leave these kids alone. Why y'all out here bothering? Look, I just never understood the whole thing when people with little kids. Leave them kids alone. Let kids be kids, please. If it's confirmed, lock his ass up. We have nothing else to say about that. We'll wait for the investigation to come out and for them to thoroughly investigate it. But if it's confirmed, lock him. You know what? Deport his ass. Extradite his ass back to Dominican Republic and have them lock his ass up in the Dominican Republic jail. Because I promise you, their jails down there are much worse than ours here. hmm hmm I hate to say it like this, but Harry gives queer baiting. But I don't like. But I don't want the alabaster fiend anyway. Well, Billy Porter clearly wants the alabaster fiend. Child. Anyway, so that Wander Franco situation, we'll look at it. It ain't our problem. Yesterday, y'all, we talked about President Biden. I went over here and had a whole meltdown yesterday on y'all's president and his response to the death toll and the people being burned alive over in Hawaii. And so clearly, Corinne Jean-Pierre, President Joseph Robinette Biden, and those down there to the White House watched this platform and went and listened to what the fuck I said. Because here is what we found out today. I found this out at 4:23 p.m. today. They have decided to do something. The U.S. military is strengthening response efforts in Hawaii as the state battles wildfires and their aftermath in Maui. The Pentagon planning to move supplies and emergency responders more quickly around the island. Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh said Tuesday that U.S. Army Pacific is overseeing 6 new mission assignments designated by the Federal Emergency Management Agency to assist Hawaiians. Those missions do include moving cargo, personnel, and equipment around the island with aircrafts and other vehicles, creating a defense coordinating office and setting up new staging areas on Maui for more coordinated response. Singh said more than 250 Hawaiian National Guard members have now been mobilized to fight the wildfires, along with 140 U.S. Coast Guard responders and dozens of personnel from the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Quote, the U.S. military will continue to work closely with state officials, FEMA, and other supporting agencies to support the people of Hawaii in response to this incredibly terrible disaster. That is what Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh said. Biden announced today that he would visit Maui with First Lady Jill Biden, quote, as soon as we can, noting the fires on Maui have already taken the lives of 99 people. He went on to say, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Hawaii, but not just our prayers. Every asset that they need will be there for them and will be there in Maui as long as it takes, end quote. There are more than 500 Federal emergency personnel helping Hawaii. Singh said Tuesday the military specifically was focused on search and rescue operations and getting needed supplies to communities. That sounds good, y'all. Oh, but right before that, the White House announced that Charles President is going on vacation to Lake Tahoe for a week. I'm sorry, for 6 days. He's going to be vacationing in Lake Tahoe. That's why that's why they said we'll get to it when we can. Girl, boom, a mess, a mess. I'm just saying, you going on vacation? Bitches around here doing search and rescues. Bitches around here burning alive. There are still people in hospitals suffering from third-degree burns over most of their body, fighting to stay alive. They still haven't. They said there's almost 1,500 people unaccounted for that's probably burned to death in the smoldering ash. Some of them will never be found because they said I saw one thing, one interview where one of the officials there said the city was basically turned into a crematorium. With this whole city basically was a huge crematorium where people were just being cremated alive. That they don't believe that they'll ever find almost 1,500 people. But you going on vacation in Lake Tahoe. Listen, um, did that one, did that one, did that. I think we got everything. Oh, one more story, and then we got two more stories, and then we're out of here. Um, two more stories, then we're out of here. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, and then we'll be on covered. We'll have covered everything. So the Little League World Series has permanently removed bunk beds from the dorms that they have the little kids in when they go and their teams are participating in the Little League World Series. They have permanently done away with bunk beds. Here's why. Um, Bunk beds at the Little League World Series are out for good. The tandem sleeping units will be permanently removed from the prestigious event going forward after a player was seriously injured in one of them last year. Little League officials said in a statement to the Associated Press on Monday the decision was made after Easton Oliverson suffered a fractured skull and brain bleed while falling from a top bunk inside the Little League World Series' dormitory complex in Williamsport, Pennsylvania in 2022. Um, the event is slated to start later this week for 2023. The family says that the 12-year-old fell from a top bunk to the floor while he was sleeping. Oliverson was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery and thankfully survived. However, he suffered a fractured skull and brain bleed. The player's family went on to sue the Little League World Series last fall, alleging the beds were not safe. Little League World Series officials never publicly commented on the allegations in the suit. As for Oliverson and the family's latest update on his condition back in November, they said he's still making strides in his recovery, though the journey back to 100% was not finished yet. That's a mess. They should have been got rid of that. Listen, I slept in a bunk bed as a child, and I know I never fell out of one because I really don't move when I sleep. But I know I fell out of one trying to get out of bed because it was a high bunk, and I was trying to get out, and I was still groggy. And when I twisted my ankle, I sprained my ankle trying to hop down from it. I also hurt myself one time in college because when I was in the dorm my freshman year, um in one of the dorms I was in my freshman year, I had a bunk bed and I hurt myself then, and from then on I would sit a chair right underneath the bunk bed so I could just step down on the chair. Bunk beds are instruments of death and destruction. Just like trampolines, those things should be outlawed. Bunk beds, trampolines, all should be outlawed. I'm just saying. They need to get rid of the bunk beds. They do need to get rid of bunk beds in colleges. Now, I understand that a lot of college dormitories are 10 feet by 10 feet, like goddamn prison cells and shit. And so you need to be able to fit multiple people in there. But bunk beds just ain't it. I'm just saying. Listen, our last story is the case with Michael Oher. Listen, I'm not going to insult y'all intelligence. I know a lot of y'all were over there with Really B. She broke that thing down for y'all, so I really don't want to rehash it out. However, I will say this. The family, the white family, is doing what white families do. He came out with a statement. The white family gonna come out and say, well, whatever do you mean? We did no such thing. It's him, the big, scary black man that tries to shake us down. All we did was come to save him because we're the great white hope. We're the white saviors that came in to save him when he was at his most vulnerable. I put in a members only chat yesterday an interview that he did some time ago where he said, yeah, none of that happened. I was over here making it happen on my own. They just wanted to adopt me. I really didn't need it, but basically, they wanted to present themselves as saviors. It's a whole mess. They said he told them that they need to give him $15 million, and they feel like that's extortion. Well, you probably do because the story is based on that man's life. So whatever amount he told y'all need to pay him, pay that man his money. Just a mess. A mess. Anyway, so are they denying the conservative? The conservative papers are there. You believe the truth is in the middle? Probably. It probably is somewhere in the middle. But I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all. So I'm rooting for everybody black. If he take the ass to the cleaners, good. You know how many white people that took black people to the cleaners? So, baby, I don't care. I do not care. Y'all done went and started dog walking Sandra Bullock, telling that and let that man free to right. Why is he still under conservatorship? Baby, you better than me. What was you doing all this time, Mr. Orr, that you allowed yourself to be under this conservatorship all this time? I don't know. Because if you were under conservatorship like that, doesn't that mean that he couldn't sign his own NFL contracts and stuff like that? Like, I'm trying to understand. And if somebody else had to come and sign your NFL contract, not your manager or your agent, I should say, not manager, but not your agent, wouldn't that have been a red flag if you said, okay, here's my agent, but my agent can't sign or my agent can't broker this deal? Like, I don't know. I told y'all yesterday, I never saw the movie The Blind Side, never read the book, never will watch the movie, and never will read the book because I don't need any more stories of white saviors coming to save our black asses. I'm not here for it. Not here for it at all. Child, some I read said that they only wanted a conservatorship till he was 25, and the judge said, no, you need to have it until y'all want it off. That's why I don't have no understanding for these. And they said, okay, I don't have no understanding for white people. Now, I got a little bit of understanding for Sandra Bullock because y'all telling her to give her Oscar back. The woman didn't know what was happening. The lady got a script. The lady said, "Oh, this sounds good. I'll do it," and did the movie. I don't think she should have won. Wasn't that the year that it was some black movie that I think was out that year that I thought should have won? Listen, let me see. What? Well, I should say, who was in the best actress category with Sandra Bullock? Okay. Because I felt like so let me see here. Because I feel like somebody should have won. Um I know that was the year that I'm trying to think who else. All right, let's see. So I see Sandra Bullock. I don't want to play the audio because I feel like if I play the audio, then they're gonna demonetize this video because YouTube do it to me all the time. Every time I think about it, YouTube is finding a way to demonetize um my video. And if I play the audio to this, YouTube gonna snatch monetization immediately because they ain't shit. Okay. Um I'm trying to think who else was nominated. Um is that Helen Mirren? It looks like Helen Mirren. Um I don't know all these white women. I thought it was a black lady that was nominated. Oh, that was Gabourey Sidibe for Precious. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Xavier. I knew it was somebody I was rooting for, and it wasn't Sandra, but it was Gabourey Sidibe. Yes. Um, thank you. Xavier. I just saw it now. Um, yeah, Gabourey, that's what it was. Because Monique won that year for Best Supporting Actress. And I thought Gabourey Sidibe should have won that. Anyway, yeah. Even though I don't think she should have won, the woman won. I don't think y'all should take the woman's Oscar from her. She ain't have nothing to do with these people. She ain't have nothing to do with these people. I'm telling you, I didn't go see The Blind Side. I'm not gonna go see it anyway. But y'all, I'm gonna wait to see where this comes out. I believe Tracy, when in that, it's probably somewhere in the middle. I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna withhold judgment on this. Um, yeah, the woman is still in mourning. Her, I don't know if he was her fiance or boyfriend, whoever he was, just died last week. The woman is in mourning. Okay, let the woman grieve. Okay, um, let the woman grieve. So, and leave that woman alone. But the Tui family, they ain't shit. Fuck them and fuck their white asses. Meryl Streep was in Doubt with Viola Davis. I don't know if I saw that one, B. Carter. I don't think I saw that one. Listen, y'all, I'm coming back at 8 o'clock. I'll be back at 8 o'clock. We got a live. We're gonna do the housewives. We'll do some hot topics too. We are going to discuss probably Candy versus Phaedra, so y'all can come back on around because y'all know it ain't gonna take us a long time to break down last week's episode. I mean, this past episode of Housewives. So we'll be here. Me, Darren, Medusa will be here. We'll discuss Housewives. Last episode we'll discuss Candy and Phaedra and other hot topics that may be going on. Anything y'all want me to discuss on the live with Darren and Medusa? Anything y'all want me to discuss with them? Did y'all hear Usher say he's gonna put Keke Palmer in his video after the whole debacle? The girls been dragging fake child. Phaedra is a mess. Phaedra is a whole mess. Carlos King interviewed Kenya Moore. It was good. Carlos King gets on my damn nerves. People want to cancel Disney. Hey, why they canceling Disney Plus? Yep. Did you see the video clip? What video clip? It's a new song, Boyfriend, and she's the vixen. But wait, what video clip, Tracy? I'm so confused. Wait, it's going so fast. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Candy and the Gang coming. Candy and the Gang is coming back. I'll probably review it again. I reviewed it. I'm looking forward to Phil. Phil is my baby daddy in my head. Oh, that bitch fine as fuck. Who the goddamn Phil? Who child Xavier? Oh, the Usher video. I ain't seen the video clip. I'm gonna look at it before we go live at 8 o'clock. Y'all come back around here at 8 o'clock. We'll be live on my channel. Mods, be in place. Mods, hall monitors. Let's be in place at 8 o'clock. To discuss this last episode of the House Skanks. I need to go take my notes. I watched it, but I didn't take no notes, so I need to go take my notes and other hot topics. The live is already set up, so that'll be easy for me. You can have Phil. I'll keep Patrick and Marv. Listen, Patrick is Patrick is nice. Remember when Candy had Patrick go around with his girlfriend to the housewives' house, half naked and shit? I was like, ooh. Even though in the face, I'm telling you, Patrick looks like Five-O from American Tail. I promise you, he looks like Five-O from American Tail, but I still love him. Him and the girlfriend broke up. Oh, good. That means there's a chance for me. Let me go down here to Old Lady Gang. Last time I went to Old Lady Gang, Patrick wasn't there, but what's his name was it? What's Candy's assistant, the manager guy name? Juan. Don Juan was there, and me and Don Juan took pictures together. Me and Don Juan took pictures together last time I was at Old Lady Gang. And now when me really be and everyone tried to go to Old Lady Gang, Brandon was there. He was working the front there. Brandon was there. I remember Brandon being there. So anyway, Mia MJ, don't forget to hit me up on IG so that I can add you to the members only chat. Shout out to my members. Listen, we had a lot of people come through today. So if you enjoyed yourself, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, and all of this good stuff. If you want to support the platform, all of the ways to support the platform are up here. Put some shondos in the chat. As I get out of here, listen, y'all know I always say I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. We'll be back here at 8 o'clock doing what we do. I will catch y'all at that time. Let me go take my notes and maybe grab a bite to eat before then. And I'll see y'all around here Yeah, at 8 o'clock. That's all I got for y'all. Till then, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out.